Hello, this is an overview of new economic research that can improve the wealth and the standard of living for all. And you can learn how you can support it, participate, and or benefit financially from it. First of all, my name is Dwight Chestnut. I'm an ex-aerospace engineer, turned entrepreneur and business consultant, and I'm the originator of the Think Big Mastermind Alliance. Now, the Think Big Mastermind Alliance is the organization that will introduce, teach, and carry out the economic research mentioned. Key point to note: this overview doubles as a solicitation for early crowdfunding support to help launch this new economic research campaign, and as staffing support as we are constantly looking to staff the Think Big Mastermind Alliance with individuals, professionals, and entrepreneurs who want to contribute professionally part-time to economic research efforts and benefit financially. All right? Now, the economic research mentioned is defined by the operation mission of the Think Big Mastermind Alliance, which states to conduct grassroots-led economic research into how to apply the internet and other information technology to increase the income production and wealth building ability of the masses at least threefold. Read that again. To conduct grassroots-led economic research into how to apply the internet and other information technology to increase the income production and wealth building ability of the masses at least threefold. As you can see, the mission is bold, large scale, because we're talking the masses. We're saying increase the income production and wealth building ability of the masses at least threefold. Very bold. Here's a little bit of background. For example, during the Industrial Revolution, the wealth building capacity for the average worker increased significantly as workers migrated from farms to small shops to earning a wage in factories. It was a historic transition. Now, as we undergo this information revolution, shouldn't there be a corresponding historic transition that dramatically improves the wealth building capacity for the masses? That's the question we're asking. Shouldn't there be a corresponding historic transition that dramatically improves the wealth building capacity for the masses? If so, where is it? All we see today is a decrease in the middle class and a rising gap between rich and poor. For example, this chart shows how the middle class incomes have been decreasing since 1970. Steady decrease. And this chart illustrates the gap between rich and poor, or how the gap between rich and poor is rising at alarming levels. Okay. Now, here's a productivity chart, or productivity chart. For example, increased productivity is the primary benefit for implementing information technology in the workplace, right? In other words, whenever companies decide to do a technology upgrade in the workplace, their primary focus is to do what? Increase productivity, right? Now, as you can see from this chart, productivity is rising continuously, right? But hourly compensation is not. Hourly compensation is not tracking productivity. It's flat. Why is that? Why isn't hourly compensation tracking productivity? You know, now who benefits from productivity? Owners and stockholders, i.e. the wealthy. That's why you always hear about the wealth inequality gap or the wealth gap. It's because compensation, or regular folks' compensation, is not tracking productivity. Now, this economic research will address and solve this issue. So what is the solution? Again, remember the question. As we undergo this information revolution, shouldn't there be a corresponding historic transition that dramatically improves the wealth building ability of the average worker, or for the average worker? Right? Better yet, relative to our economic research, how do we apply the internet and other information technology to increase the income production and wealth building ability of the masses at least threefold? So this is the question that we will address in this economic research. Now, as a grassroots-led economic research project, we will address and solve this issue on a large scale without having to rely on big corporations, banks, financial institutions, or the government. If you think about it, when you start thinking of big picture wealth inequality issues, normally people look to the government to solve those problems, right? Instead, we will address it at the grassroots level using very specific, focused business models. In fact, the principles that we use is under a concept called income engineering. Okay. Now, income engineering is formally defined as the fundamental rethinking and radical redesign of business processes to achieve dramatic improvements in income earning and wealth building ability of the masses. Key phrases are fundamental rethinking and radical redesign. Okay. Now, that's a lot to learn. With that in mind, but here's the general outline of the business processes and operations. We run operations according to a 4-stage business plan. Pre-launch to stage 1, which is early introduction. Stage 1, early growth and development. Stage 2, building the foundation. Stage 3, main operations. And stage 4, which is corporate integration. A 4-stage, very focused and large-scale business plan, right? Using the principles and processes of income engineering, which if you get involved, you will learn about later on, all right? Now, each stage is supported by a unique crowdfunding solution. For example, pre-launch phase 1, we use a traditional crowdfunding solution we call Patreon. Okay. Pre-launch phase 2, we use a program called Empower the crowdfunding system. In stage 1, we launch a more mainstream version of Empower the crowdfunding system. In stage 2, we launched the Gradual Entrepreneurial Allocated Resource System. In stage 3, a new program called the Virtual Income Machines. Now, all of these are very specific and targeted crowdfunding solutions that we must build from ground up to accomplish the big picture operational mission, right? Bottom line is we cannot rely on traditional crowdfunding solutions by themselves to accomplish this objectives. In fact, we do not say, with the exception, go back for a second, with the exception of pre-launch phase 1, this Patreon crowdfunding solution, we do not rely on donations relative to accomplishing the big picture. We must move beyond a donation-based crowdfunding solutions to truly meet the long-term mission. Now, to do it, the crowdfunding solutions we use, the individuals who provide the funds for those solutions make money by financially supporting the network. In other words, the individuals providing the funds make money by financially supporting the network. That is for these crowdfunding solutions here, beginning in pre-launch phase 2. Okay. And again, as I mentioned, pre-launch phase 1, we do use a donation-based solution which is Patreon, which is this platform where this video is sitting. Okay. And you'll learn more about that in just a second. All right. But the bottom line here is that we must build these new crowdfunding solutions from ground up that does not rely on traditional crowdfunding limitations or the limitations of traditional crowdfunding and the limitation of traditional financial solutions, i.e. banks and financial institutions, to reach this long-term objective. To reach the long-term mission. Okay. Now, given that this project is grassroots led, we are currently staffing up with career professionals participating part-time as independent contractors, home and small business owners participating part-time as independent contractors, and aspiring entrepreneurs participating part-time as independent contractors. Okay. I.e. the grassroots sector, because everyone participates part-time online. Okay, which makes it very accessible and very easy for people from all walks of life and professional disciplines to get involved and help carry out this operational mission. Now, members interact and collaborate according to the following 6 online staffing categories: originating partners, consulting partners, EECM partners, development partners, corporate partners, and staffing partners. So these are just categories that professionals fit into to help carry out the operational mission. Now, if you choose to participate, you can easily learn these staffing categories, position yourself professionally in the system, and earn significant income and build wealth online part-time by helping us carry out this economic research. Okay, so as I mentioned before, remember I said this overview is also a solicitation for early crowdfunding. It is also a solicitation to find people who are interested in maybe contributing to this research. So you have that option to participate if you choose to beyond this presentation. All right. Okay. So in fact, how can you support, participate, and/or benefit financially? Again, we are in early stage 1 phase of operation, as you can see on this chart. We're in pre-launch to stage 1. Not stage 1, but pre-launch to stage 1, which is the pre-launch phase of operation. Okay, and we are using this Patreon crowdfunding solution or platform to jumpstart operations. You can see it right here. This is where we are. Again, this is the donation-based crowdfunding solution that we use in pre-launch phase 1 to get an early jump start. And as I mentioned before, once we get that jump start and put the business plans into operation, we create new crowdfunding solutions from ground up, which is indicative of or illustrated by these new solutions mentioned here. Right? All right, now we use the Patreon crowdfunding platform because you can make small donations or small monthly donations, say $5 a month, $15 a month, or $25 a month, for as long as you deem appropriate. This way, you can start by choosing your monthly donation amount, and then, as you track and follow the progress of the campaign, you can decide if you want to continue supporting it. That's the beauty of it. Okay. In fact, here are the steps that we recommend you use to accomplish that. For example, step 1. Review the crowdfunding support options shown above this video and choose your support level, whether $5 a month, $15 a month, or $25 a month. Step 2. Next, learn more about the Think Big Mastermind Alliance and how we're planning on carrying out this economic research. You can do that by clicking the link shown below under Step 2. There's a link in the Step 2 below this video. And by clicking that link, you can register as a free member of the Think Big Mastermind Alliance organization. Membership is free, so there's no cost or fee to participate. Just register, participate, get involved, and learn more. Okay. Now, as a member of the Alliance, you can study and learn all the applicable educational and operational videos and documentation. From this, you will not only learn more, but you will also have the information you need to decide if you want to participate as a part-time online staff member. Step 4, as you plug in, learn, and engage at whatever level you decide, after a month, you can decide if you want to continue your monthly donation. Okay? Then just continue this month after month after month as you see fit. That's the way it works. Very simple. So we're saying, get involved early with a small monthly donation. Okay? And then during that first month, register as a member of the Alliance, get involved and learn what the heck we're doing, because there's a lot to learn, but that's a whole month. You can kind of track and see what's going on, track operations, part-time, at your own pace. Then after that first month, you can look at what we're doing and decide if you want to continue your monthly donation, or increase it, or cancel it, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. Okay, that's the way it works. So from this simple model, we will grow and grow and grow from this early pre-launch phase 1 to the point where we can eventually get to the point, put in the appropriate business plans in order to put the other crowdfunding solutions into practice or operation and take this thing to the next level. And you can watch that real time online. All right, that's it. I appreciate your support in advance. Thanks again. Bye-bye.